Soil is more than just dirt. It's actually a living archive of ecosystems, a hidden world that, believe it or not, decides whether your plants thrive or struggle. Yet so many gardens, especially urban plots and raised beds, sit on lifeless soil that resists growth and, honestly, drains energy from even the most diligent gardener. What most people overlook is that the true heroes of soil health are underground earthworms. These quiet laborers aerate compacted soil, convert organic matter into nutrients that plants can readily use, and leave behind castings richer than any commercial fertilizer. Without them, soil is stagnant, slow, and unproductive. Today, we're going to show you exactly how to invite these essential creatures back into your garden, revive your soil from the root up, and create a system that sustains itself year after year. Before we dive into the strategies, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Homeland Gardening. Sharing this guide with fellow gardeners ensures that everyone can restore life to their plots and learn to work with nature, not against it. The first key to attracting earthworms is, well, one of the most overlooked yet powerful tools in your gardening arsenal: alfalfa pellets. Commonly sold as livestock feed, these small dry pellets are a natural worm magnet. Their magic lies not just in their nutrient content but in their ability to stimulate microbial life. Alfalfa is a legume rich in nitrogen and trace minerals, but it also contains a plant growth hormone called triacontanol. This hormone accelerates microbial activity in the soil, creating a feast for worms that immediately draws them in. By burying a handful of alfalfa pellets in the soil and watering them, you set off a cascade of biological activity. Microbes flourish, bacteria and fungi multiply, and worms follow the scent trail of a thriving underground buffet. Unlike kitchen scraps that can attract pests or ferment in hot weather, alfalfa pellets are clean, consistent, and decompose gradually. Over several weeks they feed the soil steadily, establishing a stable zone of life that encourages worms to live, feed, and reproduce. Strategic placement near heavy feeders like tomatoes or squash really amplifies the effect, creating deep biological hotspots in your garden beds that transform the soil structure and fertility. The second method is equally simple yet profoundly effective: moist, decomposing leaf mulch. Earthworms are primarily surface feeders, and they thrive in an environment that offers consistent moisture, protection, and partially decomposed organic matter. Leaf mulch delivers all of this. As leaves break down, fungi rather than bacteria dominate the decomposition process, and many species of earthworms actually prefer this fungal-rich environment. Applying a 2 to 3 inch layer of shredded or whole leaves to your beds, after thoroughly wetting them, establishes a sponge-like habitat that retains water, buffers temperature extremes, and provides a slow, steady food source. Unlike compost that is often turned and disturbed, leaf mulch left intact allows decomposition to proceed naturally, encouraging worms to linger on the surface while benefiting the roots below. Maintaining this layer over time creates a self-sustaining ecosystem that supports continuous worm activity and improves overall soil health. What makes these two approaches especially powerful is how they complement each other. Alfalfa pellets draw worms deep into the root zone by fueling microbial activity underground, while leaf mulch creates a moist, nutrient-rich surface layer that keeps worms active and reproducing. Together, they replicate the forest floor, a time-tested ecosystem built on decay, diversity, and abundance. This dual-layer approach brings balance and resilience to your garden, replacing sterile or compacted soil with a living system that works with natural processes instead of fighting them. For gardeners working with raised beds or newly installed soil, these techniques are honestly invaluable. Native soil often contains the microbial diversity worms need, but raised beds frequently rely on purchased mixes that are, well, pretty biologically inert. Without deliberate intervention, worms won't arrive naturally, and even if you add them manually, they just won't thrive without a consistent source of food and shelter. Incorporating alfalfa pellets and decomposing leaves creates an irresistible environment that attracts worms from surrounding areas and supports long-term populations. Within weeks, you will see the first castings appear, and over months, the soil transforms. Drainage improves, nutrient cycling accelerates, and plants respond with greener leaves, stronger roots, and higher yields. These methods are simple, affordable, and honestly rooted in natural processes. There is no need for commercial worm attractants, complicated worm bins, or artificial additives. By observing how nature operates, you create a system that feeds not just your plants, but the entire underground network that sustains life in the garden. The results are tangible, consistent, and enduring. Bringing life back to your soil is not a small improvement, it is a complete transformation. The combination of alfalfa pellets and moist leaf mulch restores fertility, resilience, and vitality, turning lifeless plots into productive worm-rich beds. For anyone serious about soil-first gardening, this approach is honestly the most direct path to sustainable success. If you want to see your garden thrive naturally and build a system that grows stronger every season, start today with these 2 simple steps. Observe the worms arrive, the castings accumulate, and the soil breathe again. Your garden will reward you with healthier plants, higher yields, and the satisfaction of working in harmony with nature. Don't forget to subscribe to the Homeland Gardening, like this video, and share it with fellow enthusiasts who are ready to turn their gardens into living, breathing ecosystems. Life begins below the surface, and with the right approach, your soil will never be the same.